hate puppies.
It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Is there a better Doc Holliday than Keanu Reeves? That's fucking awesome.
So I had to drop a freshie on you there, really.
I like
it.
He is the best.
Keanu Reeves was the best Doc Holliday ever.
Y'all haven't seen that one?
No, I have not.
There's a bomb on your horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let that horse go over 50. I don't think you have to worry about that with horses too much. Did you see that today there was a jockey, he was running, and the horse had a heart attack and fell on his ass?
Oh, shit.
It was some like well-known jockey too, and he's like a Hall of Fame jockey. He's tearing ass down there, and the horse just has a full-blown heart attack.
Hall of Fame, and we would never, ever be able to name one guy.
I couldn't give the name, but when I read the name, I was like, hey, wait, isn't that guy famous? And then like I went down, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy.
He's won a few Kentucky Derbies. But he like was out cold. I guess when a full horse falls on you at full speed, the horse's heart just exploded and just went down and landed directly on the jockey.
But how? Wasn't he on it?
Yeah, but I guess when your heart explodes,
over tea kettle.
I guess.
Yeah, the whole thing just went to pot real quick.
I'm not used to falling off horses running full speed, but
Well, that's because you put both legs on one side.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy
So
to get
I can
off.
kick off.
Yeah,
You got to do that though, you'll break your
My
hymen.
skirt doesn't get
Right.
tangled up.
exactly.
Hey guys, welcome
not
to
ladylike.
Inside the Pallet House.
Oh, yeah, good call. Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Thank you guys so much for joining us yet another week. We're glad to be here, glad to have you with us. I do have to send an apology to anybody who's been out there using the new Google podcast app
What's up with
and
that?
trying to figure out how to put a review in. Apparently, you can't put reviews in. The fact that you subscribe is what
Is all that matters?
makes the AI start doing its thing. So it looks.
Somebody hit you up with that? Or did you figure that out?
I went to go ahead and put one in because I was like, 2 weeks now I've been preaching this. I should probably put it in. And I'm like, man, this is really hard to find. And
Why do
then-
you use the Google version, not the iTunes version?
Well, I have, like any good listener, I have an iPhone that is subscribed. And
Yeah.
then I have an Android phone. that is
Just for that purpose.
subscribed. No, I have a work iPhone and a
Burner.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, go out there, get some burners, sign up for the podcast app.
Frog
and then-
Wireless or
That's
something.
right. Frog ribbit.
Is that a real wireless company? I know there's Cricket.
Yeah, FRAWG
I
or
think
something.
so,
Frog.
Oh, that's now that you say that, I can picture that. Like,
Or hey, you can get cricket too.
Yeah, get both.
Yeah.
Get all the animals.
That's right.
Collect them all.
Double
Collect the whole
fisted.
set.
Yeah.
you would assume Frog would defeat Cricket.
Every time, right?
I would think so.
I
Over
think-
time.
I think
Yeah, for sure. If there's a fucking cricket that defeats frogs, I want to meet that bitch.
that's a badass cricket.
Right.
There's a bad
Must
man.
be Jiminy.
Speaking of animals, I just watched Avatar.
Yeah.
I just saw it.
Was it
Like,
based
Did you
on the
pay attention to
conversation?
the whole thing, and like we're all deep into
I've actually watched. I've had to watch it like 3 times because it's on heavy rotation on
Yeah,
HBO
it
right now.
is.
So like I've kind of gotten. I actually haven't seen the first probably 15 minutes of it, but
It's Dances with Wolves. It's the exact same movie.
it is.
Was it
is.
awesome? Like on a regular TV?
No,
No?
not- no. Like I was watching the whole time thinking.
Are you
like,
assuming he watched it in standard def or something?
I assumed you watched it on a television.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it on my 50-inch, HD, but it like
You
I
didn't have to
think
bang the side to get the screen to come in or nothing?
I think everyone who saw it like in the theater and like didn't they have it back in 3D and they also had it in the I think they had it in the IMAX domes that's like
right.
But I kept trying to think like cuz I was watching, of course it's old now and I'm like it's not that impressive, but I kept trying to like revert in my head like if I was in the IMAX theater like it probably would be pretty dope.
I mean, it was. I remember walking out of there like, oh my God, that was an experience. I didn't think the movie was amazing, but I was
Yeah.
like, that experience was amazing.
It was visually.
yeah.
Yeah,
Impressive.
and I was watching it with my boys, which they don't watch a lot of PG-13 movies. There's some inappropriate things there, but I was trying to the whole time I was thinking, we're going to Disney, we're going to ride this amazing ride that's based on this. We
Gotta
need to
get
see
it
this.
going,
We got to
right.
understand what's the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never thought of it as Dances. It was Dances.
It is
with Wolves.
Dances with Wolves. It's the same.
It's the
goddamn
exact
movie.
same thing,
Yeah.
except even harder to follow because my kids were like, "Hold on, is that guy that guy?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's his avatar." They're like, "What's an avatar?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Yeah,
pause.
of course,
Yeah, exactly. Damn it. Okay.
And then I was kind of confused. I'm like, hold on, we're in a different world or a different universe here? Like,
Right.
well, I'm confused. All right, we're on their planet, I guess.
Yep.
All right, yeah, we'll go with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
then,
you were inspired by
well,
Inside
then I
the
was like,
Pallet House.
then at the end it said based on a true story, and I was like, what?
I knew I loved it. Yeah.
Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'll never think of it the same. I will forever think of Kevin Costner. Now.
Inspired
Yeah.
by a movie that was inspired by a true story.
How did they not sue him?
Right.
How did they not sue him?
Well, it's one of those. It's like the most classic writers.
It's a tale as old as time.
I'm saying,
Right, yeah.
if Vanilla Ice got away with it, then they can easily be like, everybody's blue.
Oh, he got paid.
Oh, which totally reminds me, I didn't give you guys my review of the new Jurassic Park yet, have I?
No.
No, we can get into
Talk
that.
about the shit that fucking grinds my gears. It was.
I never saw the newest new one.
hate
or the last
puppies.
new one. All of it. I saw part of it.
Well, have either of you seen the one before this?
Yes.
Okay, with
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
that.
thought he did a good job.
I saw
it
part
was
of it,
awesome.
yeah.
He did a great job.
Okay,
But it was
okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah, so I go to the theater and watch the new one, and it's, it was just the most year one cliche writers movie ever. It was like
Same tropes.
she went to go save the dinosaurs. She hasn't talked to Chris Pratt in years. She shows up at his place, and he's hammering on the roof, and she's like, hey, there's a plane leaving tomorrow, and I got you on the manifest. And guess what happened the next day when she got to the plane? He was there.
Oh my
in the back seat.
God.
Yes. Mind blowing.
How
right?
did that happen?
Yeah. It was insane. And guess what? You're not going to, I mean, they genetically engineered a dinosaur.
What? Hold
Yeah,
on.
to like kill, like as a weapon. Can you believe that?
Why would they do that?
And they had Russians show up to buy the
of course,
dinosaurs.
Russians.
Fucking
Yeah.
Russians.
Yeah. They had the
I'd be a Dubai the dinosaur.
there was a girl on the team. There was another guy on the girls' team who was like the computer nerd. He didn't like flying or was scared of
yeah.
everything too. It was crazy. I didn't see any of it coming. It was just like all
It was
of the,
that bad.
The whole movie was that shit. And you're like, really? Like this is some basic ass shit.
Yeah.
It was like they
Well, isn't that
didn't
what
put
there's-
much thought into it. It was just about visually it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are the dinosaurs?
It was fine.
Isn't
Okay.
that what they were saying about? Because I haven't seen the past couple new Star Wars. They're saying that's basically they're just redoing old, like the New Hope was.
Yeah, but
redone
the
and-
Star Wars is cool because there's a story that's tied to everything. I didn't even tell you about the part. So, can I? All right, spoiler alert.
Please,
if you don't
go
want
for
to
it.
hear
Fuck
this
it.
shit, turn it off and come back in like a minute.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going to leave.
At the end, they're in this control room in this dude's house who has all the dinosaurs, and there's a gas that's loose, and it's going to kill all of them. But if you hit the button, it lets them all loose into New York City.
Oh,
So they let the little 12-year-old hit the button, and it's like, we can't kill these
we can't
things.
kill them because we'd rather all the people.
But now they're going to
die.
destroy all the people in New York City.
Yeah, but it was like it was just this. That was
It's just hippie
beautiful.
feel
It
good.
was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't hurt the.
Do you have one
dinosaurs.
lone tear?
Yeah, that
fall?
shit. I'm like, no one in real life would have let the bitch hit the goddamn button.
Why'd they leave it up to a 12-year-old?
They didn't. The girl with had the the
The lid
boxes
open?
on the
Yeah,
lid.
yeah,
She
the
had the
clear
lid
lid.
open. She was hovering, and she was like,
I don't know what
I
to
can't
do.
let him die.
But the
And then
morally
she-
righteous
and then-
12-year-old.
And then she closed it and was like, I know it's the right thing. And they're all like high-fiving and hugging. They look over, little man's like, boop, hit the bitch behind their backs.
Dude,
Oh, my God. For real?
Yes.
So
Why-
I guess there's a new Jurassic Park coming out.
Probably Escape from New York.
Yes.
$20. That's
Yeah.
the name of it.
Yeah.
Because these writers are fucking rookie bitches.
you know, Corolla talks about it a lot. But why are kids like today's moral compass? Like, kids are dumb. They don't
Yeah.
know anything.
Right.
But, like, we let them make decisions all the time.
All the time.
And if you let my kids make decisions all the time, I can't speak for all of our listeners and all their wonderful, perfect angels. But if you
Yeah.
let my kids make decisions all the time,
Right.
there's going to be a lot of bad decisions made.
My
Yeah.
kids would watch a lot of Netflix and eat a lot of ice cream.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, I forgot
that's
to tell
a
you, too.
lot.
There was a dude who was like on the expedition with him who was the expert, but with all the military guys, he stabbed him in the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Ended up being the bad guy.
He was the bad guy.
Oh, the expert.
Never saw it coming.
What are the odds?
Yeah. It was, and this shit kept happening one after another, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like when he popped his head up in the back of the airplane, they're like, "Oh my god, you're here!" I was like, "Holy shit! This is the corniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life." Cool dinosaurs, high five. Let's go home.
If this movie had been released in like 1950, they'd be like,
the best
this
movie.
Is genius.
Yes.
How did they think of all these twists?
Yeah.
It's just like they're and I think it was a new director, maybe, but they're just trying to, because Disney's full of the shit. They got the rides everywhere. They're just trying to extend it by doing making the dinosaurs awesome, which they were. It was cool visually, but it was just a dog shit ass story.
Isn't that a weird angle to take nowadays? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't believe in dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'd say.
Which, isn't that about as insane as you can possibly get?
I mean, you're referring. It's insane because we haven't found a good way to breach the gap between the two. So we haven't
carbon dating.
We haven't given those people that need that a good way to validate those beliefs. In other words, it goes back to what I said last week. If you could see it as a structure and a way to live life instead of a dude who lives in the clouds, you could find a way to deal with those beliefs. But because we don't, that's why...
Yeah, but they do find fossils and bones and actual stuff you can see and touch that, I mean, proves there were...
I've heard many podcasts where people are like, the most brilliant scientists on Earth are deeply religious. Not the most, but there's a handful that are just brilliant, that are like full on... It's 5,000 years old.
But they're probably also not saying, well, maybe, I don't know who you're speaking of. Are they saying there's no dinosaurs too?
No, that dinosaurs and man lived at the same time is what they think.
I hadn't heard that.
No, I didn't.
That's if you look at...
if you're super religious and scientific, that's...
When did that happen?
That's got to be
Is that the curveball that the...
Yeah, because they know dinosaurs existed, right? Because you have all these bones and everything. But But since the Earth was only created but so long ago, it couldn't be possible that dinosaurs existed way back when.
Gotcha.
Because when life was created, that's the view that those
that must be a new view.
That's how I've always heard
That's
it.
How you've always thought.
No,
that's right. Yeah,
I'm fully aware of how the system works.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying carbon dating, because that's the thing that disproves what they're saying. They thought that man and dinosaurs
there's a whole
chunk
of people
that
that think dinosaurs never existed.
Yes.
And they're religious. Like, they think everything in the Smithsonian is just made the fuck up.
So maybe there's a faction that says they never existed. Then there's the faction that says, no, come on, that's crazy talk. We all just lived at the same time, because that's, if you look at the chronological order of the Bible, it only goes back but so far. So we obviously all had to live at the same time.
My thing is with that is, like, to what end? Like, what's the point? Like, why would mankind make up dinosaurs? To, like, it's like the whole South Park episode with the little elves who were stealing underwear. Like, there's something missing. It's like, steal underwear, make money. Well, where's the middle? Like, make up dinosaurs, get rich. Like, how do you
exactly? Yeah.
What do I get at? It's like the whole chemtrail thing
it's
and the whole
Smithsonian, man.
All the money they're making.
Yeah. Smithsonian was founded by Barnum. Everybody knows that. It was just his partner, his silent partner, Doc Smithsonian.
I get where, like,
but what I was saying is that because we haven't had any sort of, like, people that are extremely religious haven't been led to believe that it's okay to have a middle ground of religion. That's what I was saying. Because they have to believe that
there's a visible God in the sky.
Yeah. Right. Like, this is it, 100%.
Well, that's the literal.
Right.
But I also don't understand why you can believe that but not the other thing.
But I think you're painting a awfully broad brush. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't believe that the Bible's literal. Like, I'm one of those. I believe in a lot of what the Bible teaches. I believe in God, but I certainly don't believe that there were two men at one time, a man and a woman walking around through a garden, and that there was an ark. I just don't.
Yeah, but
I think it's a metaphor.
Yeah. Well, but the people that don't believe in dinosaurs aren't you. I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
No, but don't you think that's a small group of?
I would say
at
most people that believe the Bible believe it word for word.
I don't know about most, but I'd say it's a large chunk.
You wouldn't say over 50%?
It'd be interesting. I bet that number exists. If
Well, I guess it
Google
depends on 50% of what.
Well, most people
50% of people that read the Bible.
most people
absolutely.
Well, most of the people that believe that quote unquote believe the Bible, like they a la carte that shit anyway. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe this and I believe that. Oh, that part? No, well, that pertains to me, so I don't really believe in that.
Yeah, you're a gay. This
yeah.
shellfish is great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which isn't that fact alone? Shouldn't that fact alone be evidence? Because if it was created by someone, all-knowing, wouldn't that have been resolved when it was written?
Yeah, but you can't think logically, right?
Yeah. I
That's a good point, Troy. I think you cut to the quick of
Nailed
it.
it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well played, sir.
well, and the way I've always looked at any of those things, and I look at a lot of history like this, like who really knows? I mean, we're literally we're getting stories
our
told
history.
from stories to stories, written down, passed along.
But even
like,
we do it. We change
That's what I'm
history
saying.
in our history
Yeah.
books just here in the last 200 years. I mean, America's not that old, and we've
that
rewritten
question
it.
of, who we are, why we're here, where we came from is, to me, the most intriguing. I think to most people, the most intriguing thing ever. Like, it
doesn't
you can
intrigue me
sit
much.
there. It doesn't intrigue you.
because it's so far. Like I feel like my simple mind can't even begin.
So
to
you just say,
understand it.
screw it.
So I'm like, we're here, and I don't know why, and all I can do is make the best of it.
And eat these French fries.
That's right. Yeah. Crush this Coors Light.
Yeah.
And try to have as much good
probably
time with
in-
my kids as I possibly can. And because
I think everybody feels that way, but like, if you had to think of, do you ponder unanswered things at all?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I like.
Is that one of the top ones? Like, what the hell is out there? What's going on?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing.
Because I mean, we listen to all these different podcasts where they talk to all these scientists, and they just get so far out there, and it's just like my head starts to hurt.
Yeah.
It's like we were listening to one the other day, and they were talking about like since infinity is a thing, basically everything that you've done is being done by another you at exactly the same right
That's
now.
insane to think
Yeah.
about. I think we talked about this, didn't we?
Certainly.
Yeah. About since it's the way that the electron behaves a certain way when you're looking at it. And because when you're not looking
Yeah.
at it, it goes both ways, essentially.
Yeah, like the frog.
Logic
Hello,
has to
my
be
darling.
that there's another one of you seeing it go the other way. How crazy is that?
Michigan J
Yeah,
frog.
but that makes. I guess I just take it that's a fact.
and move along.
Yeah, like I don't let
But
it
that would
drag
but
me
that
down.
Drags into, but that goes into like many worlds. That gives validity to the many worlds theory that any, possibility is happening right now somewhere else.
But I also look at it as that's true, but this is the world I'm in,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
this is
Yeah.
the one that my only job.
At the end
in
of the
this
day,
world,
I'm still taking shit and eating fries. I'm just saying, I still ponder
Yeah.
that shit.
I look at it as the only purpose I have here is to at least do good with what I've got, because I feel like if I keep putting good out, then I make everything in my little tiny universe, which is a little tiny speck within our universe, which is a speck amongst the other
Like, why
stuff.
haven't we found aliens yet?
So all I worry about is
Or
just
they
being
found
good.
us.
I be good, and then that keeps good energy. That's all I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That's why I try to be a good person. Period.
I'm starting to think like the whole sim thing is more
realistic.
Is more
Right.
realistic. Like
Yeah.
that, and the whole like when the Matrix came out and like the whole like deja vu is a glitch in the system, it's like, whoa. Like that kind of blows your mind.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And if you really think about the whole simulation thing and that theory, like it kind of doesn't seem that far off.
No,
Considering
not at
what
all.
we know with AI now. you
Right,
know?
and how fast it progresses.
Yeah.
So it's more reasonable to think that we would progress to that world with where
Yeah.
video games are right now
Yeah.
in a
You
thousand
guys,
years.
you guys familiar with CRISPR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know, I mean, CRISPR, in a nutshell, is being able to
That's
take out
McFly, right?
a small piece of piece of your DNA and then replace it with a fixed piece of DNA to then fix your whatever issue you may have. I totally simplified it, but that is it. And I was thinking about it, as this becomes more prevalent, then we're going to be able to keep people alive for a very long time, because anything that's going wrong with you, aging, heart disease, whatever it may be, you can just genetically modify it, keep yourself going in perpetuity. The only thing that's going to screw you up is if your dumbass leaves the house or chokes on something, like, died of tragic accident or choke or something that can't be fixed with genetic modification. So when that becomes the case, why would I ever leave the house? I actually, at that point, would want to enter into this virtual reality because I can quietly just be sustained in my bubble and live indefinitely, because you can just keep fixing the stuff. So as we start going down that road, we're going to have to actually have virtual reality to allow people to live out a life worth living in their decrepit, fucked up body that's strapped to a chair somewhere. So we kind of need it because we're going to start aging out. We're going to start aging
Well, not just
people.
that, you have AI coming online and taking away tons of jobs.
Yeah.
Within the next 50 years, there's going to be so many menial jobs that are gone. The people are going to have to come up with things to do.
Yeah.
It's coming. And I think that the whole system is set up as we start to keep people alive longer. We're going to have to give them something to do, because if you can't walk and can't do anything, you want to be able to live a good life.
There's a real cool show on Netflix that was done by Vice where they go over a lot of topics, and they touch on the one about aliens and how they said that they think now that there's I don't know the number. I'm just going to throw one out there, and it's close. It's 10 million possible habitable Earth-like planets in our galaxy.
Yeah.
Basically. Just in our galaxy. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
God.
It's insane.
So I've always thought
number.
We can't be the only one in the
We're not. I don't care what
the galaxy.
Yeah, but then the question is why we haven't come across them. And I listened to a good podcast.
I don't know. People
too.
talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Or why haven't they come across
There's a name
us?
for that theory. I can't remember what it is, but it's
Fermi's paradox.
How come then if that's the case, how come we haven't seen it?
Right.
That's crazy talk. But I don't give a shit. You got to remember how short our time is, right?
Yeah.
And
that's
the
crazy
crazy
we
part.
might have talked about this, or I might have mentioned it, but they said that if you look at outer space as all of the water on planet Earth, we've only looked for aliens in a glass of water.
Yeah. So then it makes sense why
and
we
those
haven't
people
found
would
it.
have to have come. Those people could have visited us 10 million years ago and come to the conclusion that shit planet. Now that's written in the star log.
The theories are like either we're the most advanced,
no,
or they're already here, we don't know it, or
they came a while ago and decided
they're watching, they're waiting for us to develop something.
And if that whole glass of water theory is true, it's like you could scoop up a glass of water and not find a fish.
Yeah.
So in that theory,
do it
there's
all
no
the time.
fish in the ocean.
Right.
Like what? Like it's easy to.
That's
not
just
find
crazy.
Something.
It's a fact. Yeah,
We
mind
just
blown.
went deep on you guys.
we did.
It's better than starting off with a poop joke.
For sure.
by the way,
I kind of like speaking of. No, but I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with starting off with something.
Do you know they look for planets? They stare at a star and they watch the light dim, and based on how fast it dims and how much it dims, they can tell the size of the planet from fucking
Makes
light
sense.
years away.
Makes sense.
It's
right?
crazy.
So speaking of light dimming, I was
What is this segue? I can't wait.
I was speaking with someone the other day, and I'm going to try to be very vague because I don't want to out anyone.
Tony?
No, he's a Cub Scout leader.
Ely.
No. You guys don't know him. So it was I think I was talking about swim team. And I was talking about something having to do with all the crazy weather we've had lately.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how thunder and lightning, and when it happens at the pool, you got to close the pool. And he was like, yeah, he's like, you see the lightning. No, he said you hear the thunder and then you see the lightning. And
Isn't that backwards?
and that's how you know how far off the weather is, and I didn't say anything to him. I mean, he's an idiot. He's a 6-year-old man.
He's teaching our children.
I was like, yeah, light is faster than.
Got that backwards.
I was. And I didn't know if maybe he had a brain fart or something, but I was like,
66 times in the
like, you're
head.
teaching kids this stuff? I hope not, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I just couldn't believe somebody actually said that out loud. He was sure of himself, too, so.
Here's how you tie a knot, kids. You take the rope, you hand it to the guy next to you, and tell them, I'd like a Gordian knot.
Did you listen to that Fermi's Paradox podcast?
I've heard a lot of.
There was one other day on, which was it?
This American Life.
This American Life,
good.
yeah.
So it was funny. There was a physicist lady on there. The guy was like, "What's one of the most frustrating things about being a physicist?" And she was like, "How slow the speed of light is."
Yeah.
And you won't think of that. Like, as being a general, basic-ass person, you're like, that shit is ridiculously fast. But to a physicist or an astronomer, that shit is super slow. She's like,
they're getting really
we are
old.
getting nowhere.
Info.
It takes us fucking years to get anywhere. Why is it so slow? You never think of it like that.
Wasn't she also saying that, like, in one model, it says we have, like, 100 million
planets,
and then
but
in
if
another
you change
model,
the digit, it's zero.
Yeah, she's like, it's 0.0000000, like, it's basically zero. And it's like, how
We
could you
don't
be
know.
that far off? Like,
That's right.
You couldn't be further off.
Exactly.
One
Yeah.
model says a gajillion, the other says none. All right,
Yeah.
well, we're somewhere in the middle there. I think we
Ish.
fall in the
Surrounding air.
give or
Right.
take.
That's pretty funny.
Sure.
Wasn't that the premise for Office Space?
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
they screwed that up.
So you're stealing? No.
No.
Okay, but it sounds like stealing to me.
It's fine.
She was super hot in that movie.
Aniston?
Still is right
Still
now.
is.
Not even in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's held up very
She's a
well.
little fine whiny.
Yeah, I heard she
Getting
was
better with age.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's getting at.
I was going with that.
Yeah.
I went for the obvious dad joke, and it just left us all flat. Dude, we had an interesting weekend this weekend.
Yeah, we did. It was
Any-
awesome.
What'd you do?
I was with you.
Oh.
And not me.
No, but isn't that
I
par
was
for the
gonna say
course?
that tends to be.
Yeah.
I was about to say
That's why we said it was fun, Troy.
and it was. Troy.
Oh, don't tell Troy.
But everybody who's on the East Coast has been dealing with torrential downpours for the last few days, and it appears that it's going to continue.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not over.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go through the weekend, I think.
Yeah, but this comes out
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
So by this point, everyone will be really sick and tired of
Right.
the rain. So
Yeah.
we're going to seem very.
Well, the nice part was before the torrential downpours, it was a month of drought.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
straight no rain at
For
all.
sure. We definitely needed it.
Yeah.
My grass was like, thank you.
Dude, I planted grass seed in July because I was like,
That stuff grows really well in July.
Yeah.
All I know is
everybody
that-
knows that's the best
Yeah.
time.
I'm looking at the weather though, and I'm like 70 to 80 for the next 10 days and raining the whole time. I got nothing to
Actually, not a
lose.
bad idea.
I'm gonna
yeah.
throw down some seed, get some of it'll
yeah,
germinate, and then I
throw
have
$50 worth of seed down. See what
I
see
put
what
down
goes.
like $16 worth of seed
Yeah.
down.
Perfect.
It's just the right amount. Put it in the areas that got baked out because I didn't ever turn on a sprinkler during the drought stage. But now I'm like, all I got to do is ride this out for a month.
I don't understand people that water their lawn that don't have sprinkler systems because there's nothing worse than trying to fucking water your lawn with a
Oh my
Bobo
God, it's brutal.
fucking
It's
sprinkler.
brutal. But you know what's even worse than that is having a sprinkler system and not having a rain sensor. Because your dumbass will
turn it
be
on.
watering when it's raining, guaranteed.
I see my neighbor doing that all the time, and I just want to knock on their door and be like, "Could you turn it off?"
You know
Because
who
it's
loves
pouring.
doing that? The government.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that $50 rain sensor?
Wow.
Sounds overrated.
But this weekend we saw that the weather was shit, and
Yeah,
so
it
we
was.
did what any logical
well,
person.
no. Let's rewind that. We didn't. No, it was supposed to clear up. It was supposed to rain till like noon
On Saturday.
on Saturday, but then it was supposed to be overcast the rest of the day. So we were like, all right.
For anybody that listens to this show, they all are aware of the PPP festival.
Y'all went last year and talked about it.
Yep, and the year prior to that.
Oh, is this your third year?
It's my second year, Ely's
Yeah.
third year.
Yeah.
And how many years have you gone now?
Counting this one?
Yes.
Carry the one, multiply, square, zero.
But when you
Still
multiply by
Yeah,
zero,
yeah.
it's always zero.
And then you get your answer.
Yeah.
So,
but next year I'm sure I'll go.
For
I'll
sure.
get the invite for sure next year. I know.
The last couple years have been just debaucherous and amazing. And the weather's been really damn good.
Yeah.
And
mid-July.
I'm not exaggerating when I say you get 200 boats out there stacked against each other, one after another, 5 rows deep, all along a shoreline, and little areas just...
And it's just full-on debauchery.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Music pumping on boats,
Like
women dancing, going crazy.
20 cop boats. You know, it's just full-on. It's like...
And the cops are loving it.
Yeah, Mardi Gras in the water up to your waist is essentially what it is.
It's the most amazing...
Sounds amazing.
It is
Yeah.
the craziest
To hear
thing
you
we
guys
do.
talk about it, I mean, it sounds like it would be cool to go to.
So this year we're like, PPP, bitch. We're
on.
doing it.
We've
It's
had
on.
plans for a month now.
Yeah,
Like
something
we've
like
had
that.
the date marked on the calendar, not missing it. And it's difficult to get like, how many people can we get on the boat? I don't know. And like, so people are getting cut, Troy, and then people are making the cut, not Troy.
I was going to say, was I cut or just was I never part of it? I don't think I was cut. Like, I don't think it was like, oh, Troy's in this year. Now he's not.
Yeah.
I mean, however you view it,
I mean,
we'll just,
yeah.
we'll call
Right,
that the
Yeah, I
facts.
like to think I was A1, but I was busy.
I think that's it.
I think
Yeah.
that actually is it this year.
Yeah.
That's a tear
That's
down
what
the
I tell myself.
There you go. But this year, it looked great. And then, like, 4 days before was the first time that it was like, hey, there's a really major storm coming through. And I'm looking at it going, it can't be that bad. So I, like, zoom out on the radar. And it's like the Bahamas were still getting crushed by this storm that was coming up, just touching, America. I was like, we're done.
In your defense, like, I never take what our local weathermen say.
Ever.
I mean, they are.
It was like 50%.
They are never right.
No.
Like, and when I say never, 99.9% of the time they are wrong. Like,
Right.
because they might be right by saying, "Oh, there's a 10% chance of showers." Like, well, yes.
Yeah, I feel like if you're the weather guy, you're like, put like 48% on the machine tonight. Something like that.
It's the damn
What's the
Furby's
difference
paradox.
between 10% and 90% chance of rain? If it rains, you're right either way, right? If it
Yeah.
doesn't rain, you're right either way.
Exactly.
Oh, I said 90, but there was still that 10% that might not. And if I
90
said 10,
and 10, yeah, but even if like 60 to 30 is zero difference. You know what I mean?
it's
So-
all the same.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I just heard this the other day that when a weatherman gives a percentage, they're not saying it's that likely that it's going to rain in your area. It means that like 30% of your area will get rain. It's not
It's
actually
still the same thing. That's still saying.
But you see what I'm saying? They're saying it's going to rain at least on 30%.
So what
of
is the
That's
area?
the same math, though, isn't
yeah.
it?
same math? But it was like I always thought 30% that any rain will fall out of the sky.
Oh.
And they're like, no, it's going to rain,
Yeah.
but it's only going to affect 10%, 30%,
Still the
Right.
same math.
90%.
Still doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it still doesn't tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, they get their listening area and they look at the radar and they're like, that's about
Yeah, it'll
70%
affect-
of y'all motherfuckers.
So this year, the weather kept coming, and we just kept looking at it, and we were like, know what? We're going to stay the course. The night before, the weather really took a turn and was like, hey, not only is it going to rain, but I hope you like it in the 60s. We're like, that seems shitty. And then it did get up into the 70s. They showed that was going to happen, and that was pretty exciting. But there was like 90% chance of rain all day. And then the dick tease that I got the whole night prior, it said it was going to start raining at like 9 o'clock and rain all the way through to the morning, and it never rained.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning and it was still dry outside. I was like, oh, they blew it. They completely blew it.
Yeah, me too. Because I had the boat
Yeah.
all ready to go. And it wasn't wet.
It was going to rain all night.
Yeah,
You
and then
you were
did-
wake up wishing you already had a boat.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I
would need it.
I knew that they had screwed this up. I was like, psst, done. I was out of bed at 7 a.m., dressed, ready to roll. We drove out to that marina. Boom. Torrential downpours. And it steady Eddie, man, for hours and hours.
It didn't, riding out, I get there with the boat. These 5 shitheads are huddled underneath an awning. They're like, and it's pouring. We're like, are we doing this? Like, legitimately, I'm going to put the boat in the water and we're
Yeah.
going to ride an hour. And keep in mind, this is a pontoon boat. There's no cabin.
Yeah.
There's no windshield.
There's no getting out of it.
There's no nothing. There's no way. You're not protecting yourself from anything. So we were like, at that point, I think we had decided that it was just an adventure at this point.
Yeah,
it was
like,
no longer like
it's a story.
Yeah, if we get there may be 5 boats.
Yeah.
Or none. We could be the first. That was the joke on the way out. First one's there.
Yeah, only one.
It was
Yeah.
Griswolded up.
Right.
But there was no visibility in front of us, so like you couldn't even see if there were boats over there. And thank God Ely had his GPS that had like the waypoints, and he's like, it should be right over there. And it's like just fog and rain and just
It
when you're
horrible.
going 30 miles an hour, however fast we were going, the rain's
35.
coming down and it's cold out. That stuff's hitting you. It feels like hail on your face.
Yeah.
Stinging rain.
Stinging rain. Rain coming up
Yeah.
from the ground.
So that was on the way out. Then we get there. Well, first we go get gas.
That was a cluster.
So we go to Kings Mill in Williamsburg and to get gas.
No
And
one's working.
Ain't nobody working the
because
gas pump.
nobody's out on
Why
their
would
boats.
anybody need gas on a
Who
boat
the
today?
fuck's out on the water
When
today?
we got to the marina, the lady goes, "Oh, I didn't know there was a fishing tournament today," and we were like, "No, we're not in a fishing tournament. We're going out to PPP."
Just enjoying the weather.
And she goes, "Huh? Usually by now I have a whole lot of people come through on Friday." And then a lot of people. You're the first people we've heard saying they were going to that. I was
Uh-oh.
like, "Uh-oh."
Not good.
I mean, legitimately, everyone's wearing what are the
Ponchos.
Ponchos.
Y'all rocking
know,
ponchos on
I
the
had
way?
5 ponchos in my backpack. I still got 3 unused in there. Everybody had
One
ponchos.
dude had a Gore-Tex full body on. It
Nice.
was like
Looked like we were going duck
deadliest
hunting.
catch shit. We were straight up deadliest catch. Not to go catching crabs and shit. Dungeness.
doing it. Dungeness.
Oh, they're throwing pots over the side.
Right. So we eventually get gas, and then we're heading over to PPP, and it's just like this dude said out of some fucking Clash of the Titans. You're like, it's all foggy, and you're like, what the hell's in front of us? And then eventually you make out some boats. You're like,
All of a
there's
sudden,
boats
like,
there.
There's boats.
Yeah.
We were fired up. Like this
Like
is
Columbus
gonna be.
seeing land the
Yeah.
first time.
Right. We get in closer.
It's like
There's 15 boats.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's a start.
It is. 15
no,
boats.
that was the end.
That was it.
We were 16.
That's it. That's the list.
And we docked, and it's pouring. It's legitimately, it's like Forrest Gump when he's like, it even rained from the bottom. And we're standing, the water's flashing up on us. It poured. It stopped. I mean, it would stop for what, 2 minutes at a time?
It was great. It would stop, and
Just
all of a
a
sudden
dick
the
tease.
music be like,
Because you hear.
and then like the girls would come out on the decks and they'd start dancing, and then all the guys would start chugging beers, and then the rain would start dumping, and it'd be like, like everyone would go back in.
It's
It was-
something you don't realize because usually you go out to the pool and on the boat when it's like really hot and humid. But you get that temperature drops a few degrees, the sun
It
goes
matters.
away, and it gets cold out there real quick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know,
It brings a different contingency of people.
oh, for sure.
So I guess every time you go out there, in fact, if you hear the story from last year, not PPP, but FFF fighting.
Yeah.
Last year, apparently, our resident meathead Seeley had an altercation with a guy with a swastika on his chest. So you certainly can't say that that element never showed up in the past.
Yeah.
But if it's pouring down rain and freezing cold, the only dumbasses willing to go out there.
Aside from us normal people.
Yeah.
No, you're going to have to lump us in on some level as absolute dumbasses.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're the racist rednecks
Right.
that showed up, but we're
Your
certainly
your
dumbasses.
Your meth consumption wasn't on that
Out of the
level.
15 boats, there was like 4 flying stars and bars.
Yeah.
4. I think I saw. Well, there were a lot of Trump flags and stars and bars. Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is though that like there were like it wasn't like everyone there was white.
No.
It was just everyone there thought they were white. I don't even know how did it. It was
No clue.
interesting.
You don't have to be white trash.
Yeah.
It helps.
You know what?
I was just shocked
That's a
that there
valid
was
point.
way more, I guess, rednecks than I thought there was.
It was
in the past.
trashy out
I had
there.
never, maybe, and I'm thinking back. I'm trying to remember if it's always been this way.
Yeah.
No, because
Or
if you think about it, remember we've seen yachts pull up and then their
Oh,
dinghies
yeah.
come in and stuff. So like, big money does come out to see the show. Just in the rain, a certain element rises to the top
Yeah.
because they're going no matter what.
The cream gets washed out in the rain is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these idiots showed up and us. And I have a hard time taking us out of that equation because we are the dummies who standing in rain went, no, I say put that boat in the water. I don't think
like it was so miserable. The joke was Midlothian Hooters the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
I ended up there. I saw Troy there.
That's right. I got.
But we get there and like the first person that jumped in the water, it was freezing. They were like Midlothian Hooters.
Yeah, dude, his nipples exploded out of his chest, and he's like, Hooters? We should go to Hooters because we figured we all have passes. Like from the kids and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going home yet.
Yeah.
Let's just go to Hooters. But we rode it out, man.
The water was warmer than the air in the rain.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So then
we
once you
would get in the water and we would sit
up to your necks and you're like, I can't get out.
With so few people, though, you really got to know everybody.
The people.
Like there was one guy there that I'm still to this. Like, I'm just intrigued by him. This dude was this Bubba Sparks-looking dude.
He was.
And
he was worse than Bubba Sparks.
So this Bubba Sparks-looking dude was obviously like the drug dealer to the rednecks because every single person out there would allow him on his boat.
Yeah.
Like the party'd be thumping, the music's going, they got their women dancing, and this dude would just get up there and dance. No one ever gave him a side eye.
And then a boat would show up, and he'd know half of them. You know what I mean?
He knew everybody.
Oh, he was in the nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew everybody. There was probably like one attractive woman there, and I granted I never saw her up close. She was probably a 6. In fact,
Chicago 7.
It was the party of the 7s because every 6 and 7 that usually like has to hide in the shadows was like, I'm the best looking person
For sure.
here.
Yeah.
So they were like dancing and getting crazy.
These are
and
my
twerking.
people.
Right.
But like he knew, like there was this one girl. She was just like she looked hot from a distance. I guarantee she was a 6. It's gonna be, but. She's out there going crazy, and everyone's like looking at her. And as soon as she saw the redneck, she ran down 2 boats, jumped up, and like jumped in his lap. Like this guy knew every.
He had something she wanted
For sure.
This guy knew everybody. It was very interesting.
What was his tattoo? Do you remember what it said?
I don't. It probably said Bubba Sparks for life. Deliverance. He was.
I see what you did there.
He was.
I will tell you a hilarious part of the day. We're hanging out there in the middle, and I look over to our friend Brandon, and he's cracking up. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? He's like, dude, I just saw a no fear tattoo.
An actual no fear tattoo.
1996 call.
Yeah.
They want that shit back.
Yeah.
We actually did see the guy that Seeley tried to beat up last year.
He was there?
The dude with the swastika. And I actually now think, in retrospect, that maybe what Seeley did last year was a good thing because this guy was having his swastika removed. Like, he now just had scar tissue. So, like, I think Seeley literally scared the racism out of this
That's
guy.
hilarious.
Like, got up there, was like, I will kill you. And he's like, I will rethink everything I've been doing. Sorry, sir.
God works in mysterious ways.
It's really, because this dude, it was just scar tissue at this point. Like, he was probably one more, session away
Got
from
a
it
sweet
being gone.
swastika scar now.
His tattoo said hillbilly life.
Nice.
That's what
arm.
it said, yeah.
Yeah.
He would hold it up, hillbilly life.
And it wasn't like cursive. It was like giant bubble letters.
Oh,
the size.
yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah, they don't know cursive.
Hillbilly arm.
Nobody can read that
That's
shit.
right, yeah. What's that fancy writing you're putting on me?
You gay?
just A-team letters.
Yeah.
That's all it
Yeah.
could be.
Keep that fancy shit off me, queer.
You clean that needle, homo?
What is that, French?
That's right.
I knew it.
Yeah. I love crepes.
Just say I love crepes.
If crepes are biscuits.
What are crepes?
Yeah.
Oh, we had a whole mess of them this morning.
I do like those.
You're going to have to break it.
These colors don't run.
Oh, yeah, there was one dude at a big old Stars and Bar, and it was like, try taking this flag down. Like,
Whoa.
said that over it. I was like, Seeley would.
Good for him.
Seeley will take it down.
It was interesting.
Think Seeley would have gone after that? You can't have a Confederate
no,
flag
no,
tattoo?
No, I think he would have been fine with that.
But there was a dude who had probably the coolest party favor, the bubble machine.
Dude, this dude, as soon as the rain ended at one point,
And not like your kid blow bubbles.
Like you plug it in and it goes crazy.
the whole
Yeah.
river starts filling up with bubbles.
like
No, not air bubbles, like suds.
foam, like
foam.
somebody overloaded
It's like
the.
Ibiza foam party.
Oh, like
And
a
I
foam
mean, like
party.
legitimately.
Was it like floating out on the water?
Oh God!
yeah, he had
everywhere.
it pumping into the water.
That's
Like legit.
awesome.
Yeah.
So that dude did put that out, and I mean,
Everybody
was like,
yeah.
hey, what's going on over there? And like, whoom. And so for those 20, 30 minutes, it was PPP.
Then it started raining again.
And then it started raining. We all
watching it all out.
huddled back.
Midlothian Hooters.
And I actually, so I have worn the dong sarong all over the country, all over the world,
Yeah.
and I've never been uncomfortable in it. I was like,
You wore it?
Hold
on.
I took it
First of all,
out. He was not happy.
No.
when
He's telling me you should wear your dong sarong. I'm like,
No.
we're on a boat of 6 dudes. I'm not wearing my dong
yeah.
sarong. No. Psst. He's like, and then he even said, you should bring it in case someone else wants to wear it.
Yeah, in case.
Just in case, like somebody's gonna be like, I would like to wear your nut hugger.
Now, he's never put it on. It's
You don't know
totally
that.
fresh.
I like to think he wears it every night
I
when
do
he gets home.
calisthenics and that shit every other night.
Yes. I honestly got there, and there were so many rednecks. I was like, I don't know if I can go out here, because at a typical PPP, you have a very large swath of people. I think you get away with it. This was a very concentrated group of people that might want to kick your ass for being
So because
a
there was so few people, were y'all also like huddled up together? Like a lot of
well,
room
everybody
between boats and
pulled
stuff?
their boats right up onto each other, because we
Uh-huh.
were like, we're the people.
Yeah.
And no one cared. You were able to pull right up next to people,
Yeah.
anchor off. But I put that thing on, and I mean, as soon as I walked across the dock, or like
You
the
put
deck
it
of
on the boat?
No, I had it under my bathing suit.
Oh, okay.
Like a liner. So like I took it off, and then immediately, like 3 boats down, this girl's like, "What is that?" She starts screaming. Then all the people on the
a good
boat start
question.
screaming. I'm like, "What?" And then one of them starts talking to our
Hey,
buddy.
queer!
Yeah, it immediately got bad.
Tattooed guy.
But so I got in the water and realized then, like, it's covered. And I spent, like, the rest of the day in the water, being the only person who knew I was
Right.
in a dong sarong, which to me was kind of like a thrill. I was
Like
like,
risque?
These dudes would kill me if I jumped up.
Yeah.
And-
You should have jumped on the
You should have
back
been
or
like,
something.
hey, bro, can I jump on board and grab a Budweiser?
That
Yeah, man,
would've been
come on
awesome.
up. And you just slide up.
There was this one thing where these guys
Use
had
your
these,
waistband to open it.
No, just tuck the whole beer in the waistband.
Yeah, right.
thanks, fellas.
I'll save this one for later.
Yeah.
They did have this one thing where it was like this big old pool float, like those foam ones.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
yeah.
about? They had a really big one of those.
Like the 4-inch foam liner.
And the guys, like,
Where you can like stand on it.
they started
Yeah.
doing like hitting drills. You get
Yeah,
down
wrestling,
to 3-point
yeah.
stands, and you just beat the hell out of each
King
other.
of the mat.
Well,
Yeah.
this girl got up there, and she like screwed up the first dude, like knocked him right off. So everyone's going nuts, and like she kept fighting dudes and winning. And I was like, this is it. I need to just pop out
Yeah.
in the dong sarong and fight this woman. It would be like the ultimate,
Yeah, girl v. girl action.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you would get your ass handed
No, it'd be
to
like
you.
my Andy Kaufman moment.
Right.
So like
Yeah.
I was walking over to the thing and I'm about to get up, and then this giant wrestler dude gets up there and like he's not having her. Like this Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker gets up there and just beats
Cleans
the
her
shit
clock.
out of her.
Yeah.
Like didn't even play, like ran up and just destroyed her. And I was like, I don't know if I should get up now.
He dies. He dies.
I kind of backed away from the float. I was like, all right, let me see where this goes. And then
I made him say Mate.
Yeah.
it turned into killers at that point.
So, what did the rest of Ely's boat think of you strutting around in that nut hugger?
Same thing I
everybody
said. I was
laughing?
like, get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Go hide that shit in the water.
I think some people thought it was funny. I think the majority were like, oh my God, he's drawing the wrong kind of attention.
I mean,
to
it's
our boat."
hilarious to the 6 people on the boat because everybody on the boat knows the backstory and what's up. But I would assume to the outsiders, it looks a little weird.
For sure.
When they're flying stars and bars and the Trump flags, they don't want this. And that was kind of, I started getting excited about that. Like, that's kind of why I think I liked having it on in the water, because I was like, I seriously don't belong. And that kind of felt good. But yeah, it was nerve wracking. Like when you're standing there, because people are looking at you and you're like, this could end poorly. Because they're liquored up.
You were a little scared then.
It did stop raining long enough for us to fire up the barbecue grill, though.
Oh, nice.
Well, not really. Like the last 10 minutes, I had to block the rain with my body.
Uh-huh.
But I cooked some steaks, some
Nice.
veggies. Oh, that shit was so good.
It was certainly a rough PPP, though. It was cold.
Y'all were out there for a
then,
long time.
That's not even the coup de grace. The ride home,
Oh, it was the worst.
dude. It was twice as bad, at least, as the ride out. It was full on deadliest catch.
Wow.
Like, was it not?
I've never experienced
Like,
anything
there
like
was
that.
hail on the ride home.
Damn.
It was horrible.
I
Yeah.
remember at one point I look over and everybody is like curled up in a ball.
Oh.
Except Ely, who's standing there at the helm, completely exposed, going. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I just stood with him.
Yeah.
Couldn't see 50 feet in front of the boat, and it is like if you're driving, you need to pull off
Yeah.
while you're driving. There's everyone on the boat is. I got a picture. Here's a picture of a guy, old Tom, sitting in the back of the boat.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to do, so I just stood there.
He is
I was like, at
sitting in
least
the
that's
back
helpful.
of the boat, inside of a
plastic bag.
plastic bag. Yeah, like his head included. Like
Basically, the people that sat in the back, they wrapped their faces up and they bundled themselves up because it was so miserable. It was so bad. The ride home, we got my neck would start burning from the
Getting
rain
pelted?
and the hail pelting me in the neck.
at 30 plus miles an
Yeah,
hour.
and then the chop out there, it started
Yeah.
getting to
Getting
3
sprayed.
to 4 feet, and the pontoon boat's not ideal.
No.
You know what I mean? White capping out there, and we're like, it's got to get better. It's got to get better, and it just kept getting worse.
It was bad, man.
How many people would you lose on the way back?
Three.
Not enough.
right. We got pulled over again.
Really?
Yeah.
I
And we
didn't-
thought we were clear. We pull out. We went through 2 cop boats, gave them the wave. They
Yeah.
didn't say nothing.
they pulled us over way out.
Yeah. Like, quarter mile, half mile away from everybody. They chased me
In that
down.
miserable weather.
Yeah.
And
And
they honestly, man, they looked at us and they made us all grab life vests and do all that. And then they looked at our boy Tom that you were just looking at a photo. They look at him like,
Oh, you bring that special needs boy out here?
is he okay?
Is he all right? He did. He was like, is he okay? He lose a bet?
That's what he said. He goes, did he lose a bet?
He's like, we got medics over there.
Yeah.
He's a medic. We're like,
We're like, nah, it's
No.
just
How long
ours.
was that
how he
ordeal?
rolls. It was pretty quick because I don't,
Few
I stay
minutes.
sober
Yeah.
the whole time. So
They never breathalyze you. They
I
just
got-
want to make sure you're not a
They never
idiot.
breathalyze me. They breathalyze
Yeah.
people. They don't breathalyze me because I'm like, hey, dude,
Yeah.
how's it going? We've been here since this time.
Yeah.
Hope your day's been great. They're like, that dude's squared away.
Yeah.
I got license and everything ready for him. I'm like, extinguishers there, throwables here,
They nitpick,
jackets are
they'll
there.
nitpick the shit out of you.
That's all they
man.
want. They want you to not have something.
Oh, you don't have a throwable?
Yeah.
You're getting stroked. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
He's just basically like, and all 3 years we've been pulled, it's been the exact same. Cool, thanks, take
Yeah.
care.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
They're
just
just
want to make
bored.
sure you're not slumped over the wheel looking like a total idiot.
because we've seen people leaving that are fucking bananas.
Hambone.
Like, registration expired in '98.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be out there.
What I
Yeah.
mean? My man's been blacked out since 11, and he's like, I'm heading home.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck,
The
dude.
hell you are.
Right.
You're not going far.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was easy pickings. Each cop just had to patrol 3 boats.
Yeah.
I'll take these 3. You take
Which
those
was funny. During the day, there was only like 2 cop boats there. Come like 6 p.m., like 10, 15 other ones showed up to like start getting everybody as they left.
They certainly
They
did.
know what's up. It's like
for
they
sure.
sit out,
And it was a
outside the
mass
bar.
exodus, man. It was funny. Like, we had that longest gap of no rain, and then as soon as it started raining, 50% of the boats bounced.
Yeah.
Which I could only imagine what the last 7 boats were up to. I bet
Yeah.
that's when it got real loose.
Yeah.
I'm glad we weren't there.
But yeah, the
honestly.
ride, it was so funny too. So the
So was
ride
it a
home,
good
this is-
time overall?
It's a good time, but this was
As
more
PPP,
of a,
it sucked. It became an adventure.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I remember looking
It's a
at
story.
him as we're like we have our glasses on. We're getting pummeled by rain and hail, and we're like, "This is a crazy adventure, man!"
and
Like,
that's
it
how
was
we
like
just had to
that.
look at it. You weren't looking at it as PPP.
You spun it. You
Like
spun
you'll
it around.
remember the story because it was fucking
year it rained.
miserably.
Same
It was
thing.
that bad.
Same thing happened on more than one occasion, but like Strawberry Hill that would happen every now and
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Like it'd be it's usually the greatest day ever, and then one year it'd be torrential downpour, and you're like, I'm just gonna be covered in mud and soaking wet today, and it's just gonna be an adventure.
The adventure's on.
Yeah.
And the funniest shit, maybe 400 or 500 yards away from the marina when we were leaving.
Yeah.
Again, it's an hour ride.
Yeah.
So we've been riding an hour, getting pelted. The sky opens up.
Oh, it was
and we
gorgeous.
get sunlight no joke, 400 yards from the dock.
Oh.
First time of the whole day.
That's brutal.
Peaked open for a second, then shut right back up. It was like, fuck.
Just wanted to let you know.
We felt the
you
warmth.
made it.
Remember that? We felt the warmth.
Yeah,
we
it
were
was
like, oh,
it
it's
feels
warm.
good.
Yeah.
And then it was over.
Go.
That was it. So be it.
So that was PPP.
Thomas
It was,
cooked inside that bag in that 5 minutes.
We legitimately checked on him. Thought he was suffocating and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Because he bought like the world's cheapest poncho. And
yeah, whipping in the
all
wind.
day long.
And he stayed wrapped up after it stopped raining. Like, it stopped raining, and he's still wrapped up.
He
like
wasn't coherent.
No.
He was doing his
Well,
own
later in the night, I've been out in the rain all day, too, watching my son play ball. And I was texting the coach later, and he was like, I'm still not warm from being soaking wet all day. And it was funny that he had said that because later in the night when I met up with Brandon and Double J and Brendan, that's what Brandon said. He's like, I'm still not warm. Like,
Yeah.
my core temperature's low
Right.
from being outside
Like, our
all
fingers
day.
were wrinkled up at like 11 a.m., and it just got worse.
Oh, he showed me
and
his
worse.
hands. It was like 9 o'clock, and you could still see residual, old man hands.
I still looked like Frankenstein the next morning.
Yeah.
Like dead man's
For
hands
sure.
had been sewn onto my body.
Yeah.
It was all good. It was a good time. I'm not going to say it wasn't. I don't know that I would have gone knowing, but
So I had a buddy who was going to go, and he decided to bail. And I texted him when I got back. I was like, "You made the right decision." It was
exactly.
miserable.
Like if you had handed me the cards and said, "Hey, your day's going to be this," or you can go do something else, I might not have gone.
or if Ely made the call before, like you're not going. You'd be
And I
like,
would
I'm
have.
okay
And
with
honestly,
that.
I totally like when I showed up there with the boat. I would have probably
Turned it
rather
around?
turn around.
Yeah.
But I had so many people that were pot committed.
Yeah.
I was like, "Let's do
I
this."
think I was pot committed because you were there with your boat.
Really.
In my mind, I was like, he's already gone.
You already
through
brought
all
the
work.
boat out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I felt like if I had said,
Probably
I don't
everybody
wanna
on the
go,
boat
you would have been
everybody on the
devastated.
boat was probably like, cool, we're not going, but no one wanted to be the guy.
Well,
who
we
said,
also had one guy who had he's like sold Dave Matthews tickets to go. So it's like if you cancel, you're like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, his wife was like still down there in the hotel at the beach that they had rented and everything. Like,
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, you have all these pressures, but I think every one of us was like, hey, you want to go to Hooters? Like,
Yeah.
Let's just go to Hooters.
Oh, like when I fired the grill up at PPP, it was borderline. Like half the group wanted just to leave.
Yeah.
And the other half was like, just fire the grill up. And it was like, I got this food. I don't want to waste it. Might as
Yeah.
well fire it up. Midlothian Hooters?
Yeah.
We made it
So-
there at the end. I'm sure I was a sight to see by the time you got to me.
Yeah. You guys were feeling no pain for sure.
I'm sure of it because I'd already felt pain.
You were like, come out. And I had just gotten home from where the hell I was, and I was like,
I know where you
I'll
weren't.
come out. And, you guys were grubbing hard and drinking hard, too. They were still partying.
Throwing down.
And
We're
then we were
doing work.
leaving, and two of them were, like, going to grab Ubers, and I was like, dude, I'll just give you a ride home, man. I took two of them home, and glad I could help out, save a couple bucks, and
You did, man. You were awesome.
I don't like to say hero,
Yeah, but
but Ely and I were heroes for driving you.
Oh, Healy was a
Tars
hero.
around.
You were a hero. There's no doubt. I'd certainly know I had no heroics. It was fine with me. But I did buy us a deli today.
But you did
That's
do
something.
that, and y'all scheduled it out. You scheduled out drivers to and from, which I was impressed with.
always, I don't
you
like
have to
drinking
because
and
where we
driving,
put
man.
in is
So far
such
away,
fucking
yeah.
Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just no point in getting that hammered and driving.
No.
And the very first year we went, we they hadn't buttoned up a
I hadn't
ride.
thought about that.
And it was the best weather ever until we got to the dock. Then torrential downpour, and we ended up almost left a couple of them in with no ride sitting there in
Yeah.
our vehicle. So we ended up packing in. And everyone's taking their car every
Like
once
a
in a while,
clown
like
car?
full on like a clown car,
Yeah.
and the guys laying vertical across people's laps.
Nice.
And you legitimately can't reach in your pockets or barely breathe because you're squeezed
Yeah.
so tight. It was just like that.
Like-
it was
You had to get out and push them outside the door
Yeah.
to get it to
Right.
close up.
You
Yeah.
got it,
Good times.
dude. You should. I do want to try this deli, man. I think it's.
good.
I think it's a winner.
We'll see about that.
Let's see. We got Al's Brew Radler. We like Radlers here.
So, to those that don't know what a Radler is, it's a beer that's mixed with something else. Typically,
Like a
when you do a
lemonade or
Radler,
something.
yeah, you do a citrusy soda of sorts. So it's either going to be a lemonade or an orange soda. And it makes for what's got to be one of the most refreshing beers you can get your hands on. I mean,
they've gotten really popular past few years.
But this one was a very different taste. I'd never seen anything like it, and I just snapped and had to pick it up. And it's a brewery I've never even heard of. They're out of Wisconsin, and they're called Owls. Well, is it Owls Brew?
It says on here
Margie.
The beer is called Short and Stout, and it says stout brew with cocoa nibs and blended with brewed Malaza chai, pineapple juice, masala chai, pineapple juice, coconut water, and agave nectar, which sounds like a shit show of flavors.
But so it's basically chai tea.
Beer and tea is what it says.
And a stout, which Radlers are typically like a lager mixed with a soda. This is a stout mixed with a chai tea.
So it's a 5%, and it's only a 10 IBU, which is pretty weak considering all those flavor profiles they throw out there. Brandon just took a right cross and had to step back from the mic.
I don't know if I got a right cross with a titty or a fist, though. I'm very confused. Ely's already gotten a bit. This is confusing. Troy, you will see what I mean.
I have opened it.
I'm going to go ahead and describe Troy's face. Even though I haven't seen his reaction, I've got to assume he took a sip, he put it down, his eyes got very squinty, and he hooked a hard left with his head.
That is confusing.
It is. It's one of those things like Dr. Pepper where there's 20 flavors in it. Like, you can taste apple in it if you try.
Yeah.
You can taste tea in it if you try. You can taste agave bullshit.
Dude, what the fuck is that?
There's all kinds of things in there.
There's a shit ton going on in this thing.
And you can pick out whatever you want. Like if I focus on the apple cinnamon, I'm like, it's apple cinnamon.
Ooh, I didn't even pick up on that. There's a ton of apple cinnamon in there. That's interesting.
Yeah.
What about the agave? You taste that at the end. Big time.
For sure.
Oh, my God.
It's got a little bit of a tea note to it as well.
For sure. The only thing I don't taste is beer.
Whoa. That is weird as shit.
Yeah, that is weird.
Very cinnamony. I think
It's
that's
very
what I'm
flat. It's not very carbonated either. It's very.
Mine's pretty carbonated, I think.
I think mine. I don't. Think
I mean, I know what you're saying. There's so much flavor going on that effervescence is not a note that you pick up on. I cannot pass judgment. I am flabbergasted at the moment.
I'm right there. Like, I don't know if it's good or bad.
This is.
I can give it a score. I mean.
This is the most confusing deli I think we've ever done.
I agree. I don't even know what's happening.
That's what I said.
Since the word cinnamon has popped up into my psyche, that's all I got now.
I wouldn't know it's alcoholic.
Like it definitely tastes like a beer to me.
I taste zero beer.
This is not a Radler. I feel like this is a winter beer.
Yeah. Well, it is a stout.
Well, do you guys ever drink chai tea?
No.
Not really, but I've had it.
That is a chai tea.
Just once when I was in college experimenting.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
20 is 20.
I get it. It's $1 joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. $20 is $20. Okay, this is
spices. A lot of spices.
And then this time I just sipped it. It tastes very strong. Like alcohol-wise. I was like,
see, this doesn't even make any sense. We imagined people imbibing our summer breeze of a beverage. We thought of outdoor concerts, days on boats, and those wintry hours when all you want is to sip some sunshine. Even their description
doesn't make sense.
Can't stay in one lane.
No.
They're like
boats
summer, concert, boats, and frostbite.
It's got an owl riding a
sled
on the back. Like an old school
toboggan.
Yeah.
Beer and tea, the perfect double brew.
If I were to peg a season on it, it'd be fall.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, definitely.
More
not
fall.
Not dead of summer. And so a Radler is a summer beer.
Which is my favorite season, by the way, hands down.
I can go back. I can argue a lot of different seasons. Like winter, by far, dead last.
Right.
I love the sunshine, and I like nice weather, so I like fall and spring. But I'll hear summer, too, because I can get past the heat. Even though I'm a hot natured guy, at least the sun's out a lot. Like the sun is important to me. If there's not a lot of sun, it kills me. But I'm always happy as shit when fall comes around because the heat, those 70 degree days is nice. And the same with spring when it starts to get warm again. I love that shit too.
I'm telling you, the leaf changing with the blue sky with the slight cool breeze is fucking heaven. That shit right there to me is the best because you're tired.
Isn't that far off.
You're
from
tired
that
of that fucking heat. But but you're coming out of the fucking Africa heat.
Yeah,
and it shows up, and you're like, oh my god, I need you.
The leaves changing is beautiful.
Waste of everybody's time. I agree, guys.
Oh,
what?
Dude, I so feel
Just
for you.
pointless.
Like in that one, but you. Oh, I really want to dig into what that's like for you.
I see the yellow leaves.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Don't see the reds
cool.
at all. It's just brown.
I mean, every once in a while you see a leaf where you're like, oh, shit, that's a red
So what do you
leaf,
see? Just a beautiful array of yellow?
I mean, that's what's beautiful to me is the
Just
yellow.
the yellow.
I mean, that's the one that looks really odd, so I like it. But I never see like the red and the green and the brown and the yellow that everyone talks about. I see like
what about the purple?
Just don't fucking start. I see like the green brown that I always see.
So okay.
And then sometimes I can see the red. Like you catch like the right day, I'm like, hey, those might be
Your
red.
shirt's red.
But the red is pink more so than like bright red. But the yellow pops. So I'm like, nice.
The glasses this fall.
Oh, I'm psyched about that.
Yeah.
I'm psyched. So I think I've come to a conclusion on this thing. I notice I've had 3/4 of it.
Yeah, it's going
like
down.
It goes down amazingly fast because it's not a beer. When I take the sip, there's vanilla going on like crazy.
Yeah.
The sugary sweet is coming from the stout, but it ends with an agave like aftertaste. But that lingers, not like a hoppy linger. It's definitely a sweet linger. So you get that syrupiness of a stout, a little bit of that agave. The cinnamon is powerful, as you said.
It is.
Like right away powerful. Something about the way the stout works and the chai tea gives it like a milkiness, I guess, for lack of a better term, a creaminess. I think it's a fucked up beer. It's a 3.5.
So it's so weird that you pick 3.5 because the more I drink this, the more I like it. And before you even said that, I promise I was going to give it a 3.5. Like
pour this on the rocks and hand it to me after I get off the slopes, and I'll be like, ooh, pretty good. Not even knowing that it's not like some weird liquor drink.
Yeah.
This beer's dope in all the wrong ways.
Yes. And it's just, to me, it doesn't taste like a beer at all. Like I wouldn't even classify it as a beer. Mixed drink, like you said, makes more sense.
The only downfall with this beer is how much sweet hangs on at the end. If they had cut that agave back just a hair so it wasn't as sweet, this could be one of the most interesting and best beers
I'll probably
ever.
have another one of these.
Well, no, I'm going to keep them for me.
Okay.
No, you help yourself. It's really that good for all the wrong reasons. But if you're a beer drinker, I can't promise you're going to like this beer. If you take a wide step outside of your lane and just decide you want to have a drink, that's pretty interesting.
Give it a whirl.
But I would like to run it past the man.
It's only a 10 on the IBU scale, which
this is not a hop beer. There's not a hop in there.
That means it's a good chance Ely may like it.
But it may be so abstract that he hates it.
No, I do like it. I mean, it's it tastes close to a tea. The cinnamon is good.
Yeah.
It's not excessively hoppy. It's sweet, but sometimes I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it. I'm right in the same ballpark. 3.5.
This is the weirdest deli ever.
Yeah.
Owl's Brew Radler Short and Stout. It's got an owl on an old penny farthing bike, whatever the fuck those big wheeled bikes are.
Brendan sent a picture of this to the group earlier, and what was my reaction to it?
You sent
the Dumb and Dumber.
The Dumb and Dumber
gagging,
puking. Like I was like, that's gonna be disgusting.
Dog shit.
So I was walking through the beer store, and I'm
White
like,
dog shit.
White dog shit because the can's white.
Yeah.
Got a whole belly full of white.
I was looking at all of them, and I
that.
was like, okay, seen it. And then I saw this, and I was like, well, I've certainly never seen anything that tried to be a stout and a tea, and then called themselves a Radler.
That's the weird part.
That beer's funk. And it's still 5%, which Radlers come in at like 2.5 because you're literally taking a beer and cutting it with soda. So that means this is like an 8% beer that they added chai tea to. If you like chai tea, you're going to love this.
I hate coconut. Like the flavor of coconut is, and I don't have any of that in it.
Oh, it says there's coconut water in it.
Yeah.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Me either.
And when I saw it, that's probably why I was like, I'm going to vomit.
Yeah.
And all those different flavors together
weird.
just don't sound like they should mesh.
I'm going to try to find the coconut this time.
It's there. I just tried it, and if you think of it as coconut water, I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with coconut water, but
coconut water
it's there.
Doesn't taste. I've never had it, but it doesn't taste like coconut.
It's
right?
there, and now you taste it in the aftertaste and everything. Now that you know it's there, that is a weird ass beer, dude.
This is a very. You can read a flavor that they put in it, think about it, and you'll find it.
Pineapple.
Ooh, I don't taste the coconut. The pineapple's the sweet.
No,
that's what that is.
I don't taste the pineapple.
It's there a little. Well,
it gives it that
there,
sweet.
Yeah, it's there in the aftertaste.
Because nothing else is
taste
sweet.
your mouth now. It's aftertaste. There's pineapple there.
Oh, yeah.
That is so weird. All right. I don't know what else to say, but you should go try this beer.
Yeah, give it a ring.
Like, you really should. That is
I would recommend this.
Owl's Beer Radler Short and Stout. Beer and tea, the perfect double.
And
beer.
the owl on the penny farthing has a scarf.
Yeah, nothing adds
How
up.
did he tie that thing?
This is
Doesn't even make sense.
Opposable thumbs.
This whole thing is ridiculous.
Very dexterous feathers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he had a friend
Everybody
help
says
him.
that about owls.
Yeah. I mean, well, that one ate the Tootsie Pop. That motherfucker.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, crunch. 3.
Is he a vampire? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do my owl accent. I got caught up.
Yeah.
We may never know.
1.
Yeah. That shit was good.
Yeah, it was very good.
So did you guys do anything with Amazon Prime Day, or did you just let that go away? I know last week we touched on it.
Are they just making up holidays nowadays?
Like seriously.
At least this one is truly just retail going, hey, how about some retail?
You know what they should do is they should make companies, I'm sure they already do, but they should make Amazon Prime Day only like 50 items, but they're like 75% off.
I agree.
And companies throughout the year bid for these
to get
spots.
that spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love, because I go in there and it's like, oh my God, there's 500 pages of Amazon Prime deals. Well, it doesn't help me narrow anything down.
No.
And then when I find the thing I want, I'm like, it wasn't such a great deal.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Like
10%
Every day in my
off.
house is Amazon Prime Day.
Right.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like it's getting more expensive. I think I just got charged for $100 for Amazon Prime. Isn't it supposed to be like?
No, now it's 120.
I thought it was like $20.
If you
it was
make,
80 a few years ago.
yeah, and if you make it till September, it goes up to 120. Like
That's
yes,
the annual cost.
Yeah, it's going up.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys see the meme? It killed me. It was like, let us not forget why we have Amazon Prime Day, and it was Optimus Prime dying.
See, that's perfect.
Yeah,
'Cause that makes sense to me.
Yeah. He gave his life
He gave it all.
so we could have trinkets.
All gave some.
Yeah.
Some gave all.
That's it. Yeah. That fucking Allspark, man. No
right.
joke.
Not them GoBots.
No.
Hell no. They didn't do shit for us. We don't have GoBot Day.
No.
Never will.
Yeah.
Because they're trash.
I scoff at GoBot Day.
God, don't get me started.
GoBot
How about
Day's
every
like the
You know what's
purge.
funny, though, about the day thing? Like, every day is a day. And times 4 or 5. Like, if you look it up, like today was something, something,
Oh,
something
yeah,
day.
like eat fried chicken day.
Like,
yeah. There's always a day. Right. Bring your teacher an apple day.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's like when you finally, I remember as a kid figuring it out. Like,
Yeah. Did you figure out that it was the communist Hallmark motherfuckers? They're all the ones that are behind it all. All these days are the Hallmark cocksuckers. We all
But Hallmark
dropped
is-
$5 and trashed that bitch
Immediately.
instantly.
Yeah.
It's the biggest scam.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they have lobbyists trying to get extra holidays.
and they're all like conveniently separated just far enough.
Yes,
like
they're all about a month
apart.
and a half
Yeah,
apart.
like
You know
I
what
gotta
I
buy
mean?
this, I gotta buy that.
Yeah.
But I remember figuring it out like probably in the 5th or 6th grade when I learned that like if you get a group of people in a room together, like everybody makes a big deal of their birthday, and this is when I really stopped caring about birthdays. You share a birthday, like you get a group of people in a room, and like half of you have the same birthday because.
Right.
If you break it down, there's only 365 days, and like everyone wants to act like their birthday is the biggest. It's like, no, dummy.
But at least the birthday is something that is somewhat special to you. Like, we don't all have to celebrate. It's like, hey, this day matters to me and one out of every 365
No one
people.
thinks that. Everyone thinks it's my birthday, and you need to care about it because it's my birthday.
I don't think anyone needs to care about it, but I like the fact that it's mine. In my own way.
You want people to make a big deal of your birthday.
I actually don't really care what people make of my birthday. I like to make a little bit. I like to go, hey, guys, you want to go grab some beers? It's my birthday. But I also am a guy who looks for an excuse every day to have a beer.
Well, there's that.
So it just takes one day off the calendar for me. Yeah, exactly. Hey, it's National Cheeseburger Day. You guys want to get a beer?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I mean,
It's just like it's the most brilliant economic engine scheme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do you boost the economy? Come up with fucking Valentine's Day.
and cards have gotten out of hand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it used to be 99 cents.
Those
now,
motherfuckers
like you said,
are
they're
like
8,
now
9.
you open them, they play music, they
Yeah.
pop out, they jiggle, they do.
They
fucking
have
all
your
kinds
name on them.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What the fuck?
Have you guys been buying Cokes with your name on them? So this is a source.
I've never seen one
No.
of those. I've never seen one
Jacob
of those.
had one.
I am seeing more Cokes with like the most just random names.
Oh, yeah. Not the regular ass.
You never
Mike.
see a Sarah.
No.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's always some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like Himemajab.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
How did you get a... But I've never seen a Brendan, and it is killing me. Because I've always had this... You know, we go
Heartburn
back
for Brandon's.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of fucking seeing Brandon. When I was a little kid, you could get the Brandon license plates for your bike. You could get all the Brandon everything. But they
Yeah.
never had Brendan.
Or the little keychain at the gift shop.
Oh, pissed me off.
Or the Swiss Army knife. With
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my... See, you get it.
I do.
And now I'm just like, all right, we got all these crazy names. Like, eventually, if Rafi has his name on here, I'm going to get a Brendan
That's
at some
fucking
point.
hilarious. There's a Rafi.
You can't.
I'm
no
like,
Brendan.
what? A Rafi?
Yeah.
I was like, all
Yeah,
right.
you used to be able to make that shit with like 18 different names on it.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're humped. Like,
Done.
But I guess if you
You got to
can-
special order that shit.
Yeah, but now like I guess with technology you can. So like if you want something with on there, then
Click,
shit,
clack,
yeah, you
bam.
got that thing.
Click, clack, bam.
You can
I
get the
drank one of
license
those
plate.
today. It was good. I guess maybe that's it. I need to go on Amazon.
Yeah.
I should have done it on Prime Day.
You could probably go on there
Get
and find
myself
a
some
Brendan-
Coke Zeros with Brendan.
probably a whole case of them.
Damn it. Well, I missed it. It's and unfortunately, I find myself drinking a Coke Zero every day now. That's not good for you, right?
They say it's really bad. Is that
Is
the one
it-
with the aspartame?
It's the one that uses all of them.
Oh, okay.
So
Good.
you get some sucralose, get some aspartame.
I think if you drink anything daily, it's
I
probably
drink
bad
I
for
drink
you.
one a day at lunch, and I love them.
Yeah.
Like I love them.
I like Coke Zero too.
But it's like it's becoming a thing where like I keep seeing people tell me that it's killing me, and I'm like, is it? Like I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
Is
nobody
it-
knows. Because don't give me this shit. Coke Zero's been out for 3 years, and you're going to tell me that you know? I mean, I still have a bigger fear of the cell phone in my pocket.
Plus, there's so much genetics that play into it. Because, like, and I'm not a
yeah,
smoker.
my body was built for sucralose and aspartame.
I'm not a smoker, but, like, you do
That
know.
shit is killing you, dude. How are you still drinking those?
Do you really think one of those a day is worse than one Coke a day?
Absolutely.
You do.
Yes.
Why?
Because of the studies on aspartame.
But I haven't seen any long-term studies that have any real
Really?
ramifications. Like there's a lot of like kind of directional stuff, but there's all of that with regular Cokes. And yet we've been drinking that forever. I just don't know that
they are
it's
coming
really
around
out.
sugar. Excess sugar is really bad for you.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
So you really think maybe a little bit of aspartame every day is worse than
sugar?
sugar?
Personally, I do, yes.
Man, I don't
Just
know.
from people I've heard coming on talking about it, whether it be on Rogan or...
So you're hearing people that aren't on Facebook?
Yes, absolutely.
No, because every asshole that's telling me that it's killing me is on Facebook.
Oh, no,
I'm
so
like,
much so that I'm shocked.
and it doesn't have my name on it either. So
I read something. There's just a recent one, too, about, like, each one does something to you. And it was a legitimate study that just came out about it.
Those kind of stats, those are mind-blowing to me. Like, every cigarette, that's 10 seconds off your life.
No, that's horrible.
You know
but
what
I'm
I mean?
saying, like, this was my understanding is it was a legitimate long-term study.
But like Brendan was saying, it hadn't been around that long.
Coke Zero's
right?
only been out for 5 years.
No, I'm talking about diet.
Yeah, but there's Diet, and then there's Coke Zero, which now has new crazy drugs in it.
No, I'm talking about diet.
I don't know.
Yeah, but
I
you
don't know.
can't go get, 2 Big Mac meals and get a regular soda. You have to get a diet. Right?
Now that you say
Isn't
it,
that the
though,
point?
everybody I know who used to drink Tab is dead.
That's hilarious.
So you may be on to something.
Right.
My grandma used to drink a lot of Tab.
But what I was saying was, like, it is crazy to think, like, every person processes all this shit differently.
Yep.
You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
And that's a fact. There's some people out there
Some
who
people
could eat kale every day, and their body's like, I can't believe all that vitamin B. We're shutting down.
I mean, I've heard of people dying of cirrhosis and not drinking,
Yeah.
not drinkers. You've heard of people getting lung cancer, never smoked.
Well, we know a girl that died of lung cancer and didn't smoke.
Didn't smoke.
Yeah.
That was
And
heartbreaking.
then you hear about George Byrne. That dude lived to be like 98.
Smoked and drank
yeah.
whiskey all
Crushing
day.
cigars constantly, like,
Yeah.
do you. Live your life. Drink your Diet Coke
Yeah.
every day. I don't give a shit.
Go get it.
Double
Did
down.
I just get permission?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right,
Blood
guys.
chug one and drink the other one.
But St. Peter, my friends told me that this was fine. I don't understand why we're talking.
Exactly. I got permission.
Yeah.
Do you not listen to Inside the Pallet House, St. Peter?
Can I see your phone?
Cincinnati swapped that fucker.
Yeah.
We don't have phones here. Then send me back.
Came across a dude that doesn't have a phone yesterday or 2 days ago.
I'm jealous.
I was like,
Was he-
man.
Was he awesome, though? Like, were you intrigued? Like, this dude's kind of cool?
Well, he was 75.
Well,
That's awesome.
I was not as impressed.
I catch myself
you
on
don't
my
ever-
phone all the time, just pissed at myself. I'm like, why am I looking at this stupid thing?
No,
right
I do
now?
too, but
I do
there's
that too.
there's a huge difference in I'm tired of staring at my phone and I have no need for a cell phone in my life.
Yeah.
Like that's next level. Like you've never thought that you may want to call
I do
your
wish
wife
I could run
or
it
your
back.
kid?
Like, I mean, there's certain things, like, I do enjoy my podcast, but if I could get rid of certain things on my phone and just run it back to, like, just having a cell phone with texting.
Oh, Flippa.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that was so awesome.
Yeah. They
So
should
much better.
You should be able to do that. I mean, I'm sure you can. There's apps where you can cut off.
I'm sure I could
things.
delete a lot of the apps I have, but it's hard to unring that bell, Like,
Yeah.
once you start doing it, it's hard to not do it,
I've seen a handful of young kids with flip phones.
Really?
Yeah, I'm noticing it now because, like, I'm traveling a lot. So, like, I'm in the airport and I'm seeing, like, you see just a lot of people.
I feel like
from
that's a
all over.
market, like, because my kids aren't to that age, but I know, like, a lot of people's are. And, I mean, my oldest kids ask me, when am I getting a cell phone? There's going to be a time where he's going to need one. And-
Yeah.
But what do I need him to have? Like, he
A
needs to be able to
cell phone.
call me. So, like, is there not a market? Is there not a phone out there for that? Like, I feel like that would be a huge market, right?
Oh yeah, but the other thing about them needing it is that everyone that they're around will have one.
Exactly.
So as long as they know your number, they should be covered.
But the problem is, it's social, too. It's like, yeah, let's say I could
He'll be
give
an
him-
outcast. If
Exactly.
it's in
Like,
school.
let's if I get him the old razor from back in the day, like, he'd be mocked. You
Oh,
know,
for
like,
sure.
oh, you can't do
But
this.
the
you
flip
can't do that.
phone's cool enough. You could give him a flip phone. Honestly, I see enough
See, the
of
only
them.
problem is, all right, is texting necessary?
It is
I think
because
that's how
it's
everybody
the,
communicates
It's the
now.
preferred method of communication.
So I don't think I could
They
have
don't
a flip.
talk on the
I don't
phone.
think I could have a flipper unless it had a QWERTY. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to go back to it because I find myself staring at my damn phone
If I
all
had
the
a
time.
BlackBerry or even just my phone right now that was stripped.
Yeah.
You know, it was just
But
a
I've heard,
phone and a
like-
text.
I've heard people with teenage kids say, like, they don't let their teenage kid have phones for the bad parts, and then it's hurting their social life because, like you said, they're getting mocked. They're getting left out things. Like, oh, I can't even include you in on this text message because you don't have a phone.
Yeah.
The four of us are getting together and going to hang out later, and yeah, we're not going to be
Go read your encyclopedias, nerd.
Yeah,
Nerd.
like we're not even doing debaucherous things, but
Yeah.
you can't even be a part of it because we can't even communicate with
It's crazy.
We've just segued into our second Frog wireless ad. Of
I'm
the
gonna be
night.
fucking pissed if some other people's kids are, like I hate having my hand forced like that.
you. Yeah,
Oh, it will be.
Oh, I know.
It will be.
definitely. I mean, think of all the things before we had phones that our peers forced us into. And that was without phones. So, I mean, all the cool kids are doing it. You should do it, right? Yeah. Okay. Now they're going to be video of it.
My son's already at the point where he's like wants to watch videos more than he wants to talk to us about stuff. You
Yep.
know? And I'm like,
I already see that coming too.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Well, let's not hate on all phones because we do need people to go ahead and pull the old Cincinnati swap. If you haven't had a chance to do it, it's really not complicated. You just grab somebody's phone, sign them up for the
Sign
show.
them up. Yeah.
well, you got to make sure
Simple.
you're signed up first.
Yeah, if you're every week having to go find the show, you're not doing it right.
Yeah. Subscribe. Leave a
Subscribe.
review that says we're awesome.
And every Thursday morning, you just get awesomeness on your
Money-ass
phone.
content. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's super
that
easy.
simple.
There you go, guys. See, we're taking care of you. If you haven't had a chance to reach out to us on the email, you can always send us
Reach
topics.
out and touch me.
Boom. There it is.
MySpace.
That would be at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com, or you can always reach out to us on Facebook or at ITPH Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We would certainly love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and subscribe. Give those reviews, people. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Been watching birds a lot recently.